relax, Doc. It's me. It's Marty.
No, it can't be. Just sent you back to the future.
Oh, I know you did send me back to the future, but I'm back. I'm back from the future.
Great Scott.
Welcome once again, my fellow manipulators of digital fate. I'm Richie, this is Capricorn. 1 year! 1 whole year without any content uploads. I can't believe it, but recently we've gone back to the Twitch channel, we've engaged with our Twitch audience, everyone's getting really excited, and I'm proud to announce that the YouTube channel is coming back strong. We're doubling down. We're relaunching the channel, and you can expect weekly deck tech videos moving forward. We're very excited. We're also excited about the new set coming out, New Capenna. Today's video in particular is the very last, our only deck that we're going to feature prior to New Capenna being released. And this deck in particular is something very special. This is a deck that nobody's using on the ladder. I haven't seen anyone else try to do this. But it's actually incredibly powerful. It requires you to play very, very smart, and rewards that. And it's very interesting. So it's an Azorius Flash deck. We call it ECLIPSE. And it leverages things like Gavony Dawnguard and Brutal Cathar in order to constantly flip the day-night cycle back and forth. And get a ton of value that way. We're going to dive into the deck and take a look at it. But first, please click that like button. It really helps the algorithm, helps this video get out to more people. If we can grow this channel to 1,000 subscribers, you're going to get that weekly content turned into daily content. So let's try to make that happen. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's jump into the deck. What is this deck? First off, we've got the core of the deck, which is Gavony Dawnguard. So the idea is we play the Dawnguard on 3 when the ward 1 is very difficult to actually pay for most removal spells, especially if we're on the play, and we hope that it survives. If we can untap on turn 4 with our Gavony Dawnguard in play, we'll get a ton of advantage each and every turn because we're utilizing flash mechanics so that we can put our creatures into play on the opponent's turn if we need to cast no spells and change it from day to night, or vice versa. If it's night and we need to change it back to day, we can double spell pretty easily. A lot of times we'll want to hold Fading Hope. Excuse me. Ooh. A lot of times we'll want to use Fading Hope for something like that. We skew the deck more towards creatures that cost 3 or less so that the Dawnguard has a chance to hit, a better chance to hit, I would say. So we've got 4, 8, 10, 14, 18, 22, 24, 28 creatures that are 3 or 2 drops. That's because of the 4 Glasspool Mimics. Glasspool Mimics is pretty cool because it's a way for us to peel a card off the top with Dawnguard and have it be a land if we're reaching to try and grab another land. We've got 6 pieces of removal in the forms of creatures with ETBs. That's Brutal Cathars, the 4 of them, and then the 2 Sigrids because they're legendary. We'd love to play more, but unfortunately they're legendary. There's too many opportunities where it's just sitting in our hand and it's not good to play it. 4 Spectral Adversaries to blink out our team and save it. 4 Cathar Commandos to get off to the races and get ahead on tempo and start racing our opponent. Give them something to target. The key to this deck really is putting threats on the field, waiting for our opponent to try to target them with removal, and then playing out another threat that also subsequently protects the initial threat from removal. So say we get Commando out on 2, we get to untap, we say go, they go, sorcery speed removal, kill your Commando. In response, we Guardian of Faith. we phase it out, we save it, and we have another 3/2 on the field. They're out of mana, they say go. We untap, we swing with our dudes, we say go. Next turn, he tries to do it again, and we Spectral Adversary. Spend the 2 extra mana, blink out our dude to save him. By then, we have a full board, he's wasted his turns, his removal's gone, and we should be able to ride that to victory. But if not, we can just grab card advantage constantly off the top with Gavony Dawnguard by very carefully making sure that it changes day, night, night, day. We can put some more late game. Bandit, get out of here. More late game threats onto the field in the form of Kyodai and the Wandering Emperor. Kyodai's super sick here because it's another thing that if they try to destroy our dude, we respond by flashing in Kyodai, giving it indestructible, and then a lot of times their mana's used up, so they can't deal with the Kyodai. We get ahead again. Same thing with Wandering Emperor, right? If we're racing and we need to deal with their dude, we can flash it in and exile their dude, gain some life. But usually we're going to flash it in, make a dude, untap, make another dude, or put counters on, whatever we need to do. Emeria's Call is there just because if we get to the late game, it is a tempo deck. Sometimes we just need that last little bit of extra push. And Emeria's Call can do it. A lot of times we don't mind losing life to play it as a land if we need to, because we're usually leveraging tempo in such a way that we're going to kill them before our health is at risk, really. And since we're leveraging the idea of changing night to day, day to night, Suspicious Stowaway is a good card in the 2-drop slot. It's another card like Dawnguard that we can get down early, and if we untap with it on the field, then we get to keep saving it every turn and let it crack in and draw us cards. Rounding out the deck is Touch the Spirit Realm. This is mainly in here because for 2 mana, we can channel it, and it's an uncounterable way for us to save one of our things if they're targeting it with removal. But the upside is that sometimes that's actually going to give us bonus value, like with Brutal Cathar, where it can come in and eat a bigger creature than it had under it to begin with, or a Spectral Adversary, where it can come in. Maybe we played one earlier in the game, and it's not very big, doesn't have very many counters on it. But now we flicker it, it comes in, we pay a bunch of mana, it gets a bunch of counters, and it's bigger than it was before. Same thing with Sigrid. If we really want to, we could add an instant speed during their attacks. Flicker out our Sigrid. That's a lie, because it doesn't come back in right away. Comes back in at end of turn. Ignore me. Fading Hope is sweet, because again, it's a 1-mana spell. So if we need a double spell, we can usually double spell pretty easy with it. But it's also something where we can get rid of early threats, while also having another way to save our guys if they get targeted with removal, which is what the deck constantly tries to do. Mana base is pretty obvious. 4 Deserted Beach, 4 Hengegate Pathway, 1 Otawara. We can save our own dude again, or we can get rid of their threat. 1 Hall of Storm Giants, because it's Hall of Storm Giants. 1 Eiganjo, just another piece of extra removal that's kind of free to add to the deck. 2 Cave of the Frost Dragons, for the same reason Emeria's Call's in there. Just an even cheaper way than Emeria's Call, that we can close out the game if we get close and we run out of gas. 2 Plains, 2 Islands. Alright. We've got no turn 2 play, but we can play Dawnguard on curve and be 1 land away from playing everything else in our hands. So I think we try. If we're really lucky, we'll top deck a 2-drop. Put that into play tapped. Plays an Usher. Alright, this shouldn't be too tough. Pass the turn. He's gonna boast. Okay. Interesting. I think we win that race, sir. I do. We got our 4th land. Play Gavony Dawnguard, swing in with the adversary. Now with a little bit of luck, he won't be able to kill the Dawnguard. Alright, plays a bunch of ushers. Can't really swing in. Play the pathway on blue. I think it's still probably best that we hold back the Dawnguard as a blocker. We could do some tricks, like swing in with the Dawnguard, and then flash something in to protect it when he tries to double block and kill it. And that would be nice. But we will miss out on the trigger of getting to grab a creature off the top with Dawnguard, so I don't think it's worth it. We'll just swing in with 2. We'll get our trigger. We'll go about our business. Plays a 3rd land. Here comes Adeline. And he's gonna swing. So, in this particular circumstance, I actually think our best bet is to play out the Wandering Emperor and -1 to make a blocker.
May your blade strike true.
We'll block here. We'll block here. We'll take 5, but we will gain an incredible amount of board presence. Play out Otawara. I think we make another guy.
Let your blade do the talking.
We'll swing with our flyer. Can't really attack into Adeline. We could double spell with Cathar Commando and Guardian. But I feel like we're ahead enough that we don't need to do that. I'd rather hold up Guardian of Faith and Spectral Adversary and Kyodai and make sure we can protect our board. Skyclave Apparition. What do you want to eat? If he targets the Dawnguard, we make him pay the ward. And then we phase it out. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Hello. Make a decision, good sir. Maybe he's thinking about the Wandering Emperor. No, he wants to phase out Spectral Adversary. Interesting. Well, we'll flash another one in. We'll pay for it, and we'll phase that boy out. What now, guys? Absolutely nothing, I guess. Guess we'll go here.
Remember your training.
Swing with both of our flyers. And we will pass the turn. It's definitely an incredibly difficult deck to play. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of thinking 3 turns ahead because of the way the day-night cycle works. He's going to play Intrepid Adversary. He wants to bump it. Sure. We can do some tricky stuff like play the Spectral Adversary, phase out the Intrepid Adversary, and get pretty decent blocks. Or do we play Kyodai? Or do we block and then play Guardian of Faith? I think we do this. Spectral Adversary, autopay, phase out the adversary. We'll go here, we'll go here. I'm a liar. We'll go here. We'll go here. And then we'll trade our 2/2. I guess for the other one. We'll take 8. And then we crack back for the win. Seems about right. Seems about right. Yeah, seems fine. We'll play that tapped. Doffy 24. Generous visitor. Okay, here's our time to shine. Do we just eat it up? Yeah. But we want him to think he's going to trigger it. Oh, that's an even better. That's an even better eat it up. No bandit. You know what? We're just gonna do this. We'll let him hit him for 1 and keep the visitor. That's fine. That's fine. Play Eiganjo. We will Brutal Cathar. Hit the visitor. Goodbye, visitor. You gone, visitor. Bandit's so upset with me right now. He's like, what are you doing, Dad? What is that whistle? You think you could just sit around the apartment blowing whistles? Now we eat the kami, right? I think we eat the kami. Do we want to get in for 2 though? Or do we want to let it become night so it turns into the brute? I think we want it to become night. Faster. And then when he tries to play something, that's when we'll eat the kami. And then if he tries to play something else, it'll become day again, and we'll eat whatever he played. And that'll be sick. That'll be sick. Hello. Why hello, Mr. Kami of Transients. We're about to show you that enchantments ain't nothing. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Get out of here. You're exiled, buddy. Oh, now our Cathar triggers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Didn't mean it. End the turn. Well, now it's back to being a brute. What else you got? What else you got for me? Go on. You got a borrow time? Play your borrow time. Borrow time would be good. Come on. You know you want to play the borrow time. This guy. This guy. By the way, if anyone's new to the channel, it'd be super sweet if you gave us a like. A follow. Is that what it is? A follow? Not a sub. Those you have to spend money. Don't spend money. Well, unless you want to, in which case I'd be super grateful. But under normal circumstances, don't spend money. Pass to attackers. He's done. He's done. He doesn't want to trigger this. Alright, I guess it'll just be our turn. We'll swing. Get in there for some damage. Do we want to hold up Kyodai? Kyodai? Or do we want to touch the Spirit Realm? I don't really want to get blown out. We'll just end the turn. It's fine. It's probably better to touch the Spirit Realm when we have another thing we can play, so that we can trigger Day anyway. Rune of Might. Sure. Worst case scenario, we can always just flicker it with Channel. If we're worried about taking a bunch of damage. We'll just take it. We don't need to risk anything here. Alright, I guess we're trading back and forth. My turn. I guess we'll swing. Do you have any tricks, good sir? Eiganjo. Pay the 3 life. So, if we put Kyodai down, we protect it, but we don't get to flip it to Day. If we do this, we can flip it to Day with our Fading Hope. So I think this is the way to go, even though we don't get in for the 3. Get out of here. He gets to search for another rune, which kind of sucks. But that's okay. He has to pay an extra 3 mana in order to do it. That's not really good, right? We need blue mana. Maybe we should have just returned our own Guardian of Faith. Because then the Brute... No, because the Brute's still hidden. Brute's hidden until our next turn. Okay. Does he have a haste rune? Does he have a hasty rune? Why wouldn't I have been able to protect the Cathar with Kyodai? This is damage. This would have given it indestructible. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Do you understand? Good. So many things. We need to protect this Cathar no matter what. We can't let him get that stuff back. So we'll just swing with Vigilance and see if he wants to trade his dude. If he does, all the power to him. We definitely need to hold up our mana for either Guardian of Faith or Kyodai. To make sure he doesn't get that back. He's definitely digging for like borrowed time to try and get rid of the brute. So as long as we protect it, we let him pay the 3 life for the ward, and then we save it. And then if he plays a creature, he double spells, turns back today, we eat the creature, so he can't really play the creature. Okay, that's all you can play. Okay, we double spelled. And he's only got enough mana for 1 piece of removal. Kind of want to touch the Spirit Realm so he doesn't draw a card. Super tempting. Super, super tempting. But no. Because when it comes back, he'll just fetch another rune. But if we're lucky, he'll grab a hasty rune. And then we just block the thing with Moonrage Brute. We flash in Kyodai to make it indestructible. Sustenance, sure. We just gotta eat a bunch of stuff, I guess. You got one more? You got one more rune for us? Definitely doesn't have the removal. Which means we'll get to sneak in Kyodai and then eat something with this. Oh, he is gonna play it. But he's out of mana. That's fine. That's fine. That's quacktastic. Oh, he's got another mana. We'll block. If he's got a 1 mana removal spell, props to him. Honestly. We're gonna eat you. Goodbye. That's 4 things under the Cathar. Good lord. It's day. We definitely want it to change in the night. We hold up Sigrid, I guess. End the turn. Like, he can't get through the brute. He could cast the Rune of Speed on the Reflection of Kikijiki to make a copy of a thing, maybe. And then if he had other stuff to do afterwards, that could turn into a... That could snowball pretty quickly, right? Wants to put a counter on that. What do we say about it? We say sure. That showdown is definitely nasty though. But if he plays another spell, it comes back and eats something again. Which means as long as we just protect ourselves, we're good. We just keep eating his dudes. Every turn. It's fucking ridiculous. you imagine if we had the second one down? Okay, sure. Is he gonna grow balls and swing? What could he possibly have for removal? Nothing, right? Eiganjo? He's got Eiganjo. He's got no cost reduction. Go ahead. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. Thank you for double spelling. We'll eat another dude. Finally. Finally, another blue mana. We can Spectral Adversary on his turn. Can't do shit. I think that's the play. I mean, we can also Guardian of Faith and flicker something with Channel here. So, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot we can still do. End the turn. Our Brutal Cathar is once again a brute. Would you like to double spell, good sir? Plays another showdown. Well, you're gonna be unhappy. You know what? We're not gonna phase it out yet. We're gonna let it get as many counters as he wants, because I think we're actually gonna end up channeling here. Because we need to make sure we're still holding up protection. If I got greedy and flashed this in and phased out his visitor now, and then he drew into removal with that second showdown, we would have been in very bad shape. He would have got all this back at once. Our road to victory is keeping this safe at all costs. At all costs. See, I think now we flicker it so that he doesn't get to draw another card. If he swings, he'll get in for some damage, sure. But it won't be enough to kill us. He's got one card in hand. He's got no mana, right? Does he have a 1 green mana removal spell? No way, right? No way. Not a chance. Not a chance. Yeah. What's cool about this too is in that scenario we also phase out our brute just in case he's got sorcery speed removal as that last card. I don't think there's anything for 1 green that actually would fit that bill. But theoretically, we can still phase out the brute. The only reason we wouldn't want to is if we want to keep that indestructibility from Kyodai. If we phase it out, it won't come back with it. Alright, this hand looks fine. Right? We don't have a ton of tricks, but we don't need them, do we? No siree. Plays an Epicure. Epicure. We are not going to Fading Hope that. We're going to wait until he plays his 2-drop, most likely. Play our planes. We will pass the turn. Harvester. I really want to play the Dawnguard. If I do without getting rid of the Harvester, he uses Harvester to kill the Dawnguard. Right? Since he doesn't have to pay any mana for the Harvester's abilities, he'll have plenty of mana to pay the ward. So I think this is actually the better play. Let's return Blood Tithe Harvester. Let's take our turn. We'll drop Eiganjo. We'll drop Gavony Dawnguard. Now he can't kill it with the Harvester for free. If he devotes his entire turn to killing the Dawnguard and has a 2-mana kill spell, then he can do it. Nope. That's what I was hoping happened. That is fine. That is fine. The thing that stinks is we don't have anything to protect it. We're going to hope we draw into something to protect it. We're going to set ourselves up for that by having the second blue. Pass turn. Well, that didn't work, did it? That did not work. Does he kill the Dawnguard now? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, plays a Smelter. Does he kill the Dawnguard? Pay the ward. Which means he can't use the Smelter this turn. So that's not so bad. Twice the number of blood. If he didn't have so many blood, we could maybe do something tricky, like play the Commando and kill one of the blood tokens. Unfortunately, we're going to have to just let that fly. Alright, he's not able to do that. Pass the damage. We're going to pop out 2 Commandos and just be incredibly aggressive. That is our plan. That is our plan. We'll eat you. We'll swing 6. Alright. 2-turn clock. Theoretically. He's gonna play a Meat Hook. Meat Hook for 2. That is unfortunate. Well, we'll get rid of one of these blood tokens, because we can. Use it or lose it. Resolve that. Then we're going to let the meat hook land. And in response, we're going to kill the meat hook. Saved ourselves some life at least. Not too bad. We'll play our cave. We'll play our Dawnguard. This is where he goes ham. Does he have more removal for the Dawnguard? Yes, he does. It's okay, though. We're making him overpay for it, which is nice. We're slowing him down. We've got Cave of Frost Dragon online, so there's that. Ooh. He's got a lot of aggression, though. Okay. We have one turn to not die, and we totally pulled it off. Unfortunately, we can't do anything else. But that's okay. Should be enough. Sigrid should be enough. Sure. Alright. Plays Oni Cult Anvil. That is not good. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it. Whew. Do we take 6? In order to shut down the smelter? I think we do. Deadly disputes it. We need that smelter gone. Still can't kill us with the anvil, although he's pretty damn close. We need another Cathar so that we can eat up the anvil. Oh, nope, he's got us. He's got us. We keep this. It's not optimal, we'd like a third land, but we've got the commando, and if we're desperate, adversary, and we have marches for removal if we can't play anything else. So that's all good. I'm gonna slam a hull. Why, hello, Douglas. You come to receive my keys. One moment. Chat. Alright. We play that. We pass turn. I think we just play Cathar Commando. I don't think we bothered to do the eye twitch thing. Just because he'll sack it to a deadly dispute in response, right? Fell Stinger. I wonder if we can do that in response. Like, he chooses what to sack, and then before it actually gets sacked, we exile it. I don't think that's how it works. Man, if he had only had one eye twitch down. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? If he had only had one eye twitch down, we absolutely would have marched right there. And it would have been epic. Unfortunately, that is not the case. That's okay. We're in a decent position to slam our Cathar Commando down, swing, and force him to consider trading. Next damage. Sure. We'll play the beach. I don't know, maybe we like just kill everything. We could exile stuff to just like kill everything. Let's get down the Stowaway. Clearly we're gonna have to eat up some of our card advantage, so we're gonna need an opportunity to get some of that back. We might even just have to exile Kyodai. No, the only reason we'd want to keep Emeria's Call as a land is to play Kyodai. Well, no, I guess it also turns on Spectral Adversary. We'd have to exile 2 things to eat the Fell Stinger. Eye Twitch isn't worth it because, again, he's got mana up for Deadly Dispute. We're just going to have to take this damage this turn. Let's see what he does. See what he does. Meat Hook for 1. What a pain in the ass. Sure. Get rid of the Meat Hook. What a pain. Honestly, this would have been a much different game if he didn't have 2 Eye Twitches. We would have marched 1, and he would have had to choose to exploit his own Fell Stinger, or theoretically whatever 2-drop he played if he didn't play the Eye Twitch, which still would have been great value for us. We didn't. It was all downhill from there. Do that. Pass the turn. We gotta get that value. If we're desperate, we can march something. We probably don't, but it was worth taking the 3 in order to keep the option open. We would have to exile both Kyodai and the other march. Don't think that's worth doing. But if we can untap with that Dawnguard still in play, we'll probably be in a pretty good spot. I think we'll be okay at that point. And we're kind of bluffing our opponent pretty hard too. Like, he knows we had enough mana to play Dawnguard. And that if we bolted this guy in, it means we have something we can play that we're probably sure we want to play. Which means he's going to be hesitant to try to do things like interact with the Dawnguard. And that's good for us. We're just going to pass the turn. Grab a card off the top of Dawnguard. Hold up our interaction here. We've got a lot of options now. A lot of options. Come on. Kyodai's the only thing that can save our dude, right? I'm gonna do this. Is he gonna wipe the board? No blocks. We'll take the 3. We've got another Cathar Commando in case he drops a Meat Hook. What else is he doing? We're not going to be able to afford to take any more, that's for sure. Does he have instant speed removal? He's got it, right? This is fucking tricky. I'm just doing it. He's gonna kill it in response. If he does, we at least have a Kyodai up. It's not the end of the world. Alright. Play you as a land. Swing with Kyodai. We're definitely not going to block with it. We want to make sure this guy can block safely. End the turn. He doesn't know what he's doing, huh? He's flabbergasted by our deck. He doesn't know how to play against it. Shambling Ghast, sure. He knows we've got Sigrid. If he attacks, it means he wants us to play Sigrid. So that he can do a thing. Menace. It's a pretty rough idea here. We're gonna go like this. Get out of here. Get out of here, you chump. And then since he's tapped out, we'll play you. My turn. Well, it's my turn. My turn or the high turn. Get in for 3 again. We could double spell, but it's risky. We walk right into a sweeper, right? So I don't think we want to do that. I think if anything, if he sweeps, we Spectral Adversary, we phase out our Commando. We let Kyodai die, but the Indestructible protects the Dawnguard. We get to keep Commando. If we phase out Kyodai, Gavony loses Indestructible. -3. -3. Let me think. -3. He's out of mana. We can protect something if we want. I think it's worth it. We need the card advantage, right? Let that come in. In response, we kill the meat hook. He gains 1 life. He gets nothing else. Our dudes die. But our Gavony Dawnguard's still alive, and we can still get value off of him. Our opponent has a huge hand, though. If he plays a 1-drop here, we double spell. So we're hoping. We're hoping he doesn't realize. Even though this is phased, it will come out of phasing and it will count. Okay. So now we need to double spell. Now we need to double spell. Unless we just hold up our mana and we make him double spell on his turn. Yeah. He's just got too many cards. We need to make sure we protect what we have on the board. This is our only way to catch up to his card advantage. Sure. We're gonna double spell on our turn with these two. We'll untap. Fading Hope one of these. Sure. Do we cycle touch the Spirit Realm to get rid of one, or do we march? I think we'll hold on to march in case he has another thing. I'm gonna swing here. Put him at the same damage we're at. We're gonna hold on. Actually, we can't double spell by channeling. It won't count as casting a spell. So we're gonna have to march for 0, confirm 0, submit 0. We're gonna get rid of the flyer. And then we double spell. We trigger Gavony. We'll grab a card off the top. I guess Guardian of Faith makes the most sense, right? Brutal Cathar would be nice, but... Come on. Come on. We're so close. We're so close. Palpitating. Come on. What's he got? Dockside Chef. Sure. What else? I hate not holding up the Guardian. But we gotta do this. Okay, Deadly Disputes. Does he get his sweeper? Does he got his sweeper? If he's got a meat hook, that's not going to be good. He's got a Lolth.
My children drench their hands
Can we
in blood
deal
of my enemies.
with a
My
Lolth?
power is for annihilation.
It's not enough. We can get rid of one token. This is tricky. This is super tricky. I think we got to keep them up. Because if we only get one other creature into play, we need Kyodai to block the Dockside Chef, and then the Gavony and the other creature to block one of the spiders. So we just do this, and we hope that gets him to chump. Nope. Just gonna let it happen. Alright, end the turn.
There is blood on your hands.
Grab another thing off the top. What are our options? Just Brutal Cathars. Well, now he knows that whatever he's gonna do, he's gotta do it now. Pass to attackers. Well, we're gonna channel this guy. Get rid of that. I think we got it. I think we got it. We're not slamming the Guardian of Faith and blocking the Dockside Chef. We're not going to do that. We're just going to double block the spider here. Dare him to use removal so that we can respond to the removal with the Guardian, and then we're fine. Even if he drops a meat hook post combat, we'll still only go to 2. And we can phase out all of our dudes so that they don't die to the meat hook and crack back. Alright, he didn't sacrifice that one, which means he wants his mana. Does he have Farewell? 6 mana removal spell? If so, we win. We've got Guardian of Faith and he knows it. He's trying to think how to bait out the Guardian of Faith. There's nothing he can do. He meat hooks for 4. We save our dudes. We win. We go to 2. He goes to 5. Good game. We swing for 8. He's tapped out. Whew! That's a game right there. We did it. Thanks so much for checking out my channel. We are pushing hard for that 1,000 subscriber mark, so please consider subscribing. Hit that button. There's a circle in the middle over there. Hit that. Subscribe. Tell all your friends to do it. Thank you. Also, give this video a like so more people can see it. If you'd like more PlayStation and console game coverage, we've got that down below. And if you'd like more Magic the Gathering coverage, there's more of that somewhere off over that way. Do all the things.